Hi, and welcome to the Motor Asha podcast. It's an exciting week. Everyone's heading out there to India Bike Week. So are we. Our team is also really pumped to be there. We're going to be there. But one of the things that we sat through and thought, what is it that people miss out on such big rides, and how do you stay safe on the road? We make sure that we are safe personally by wearing gear, wearing the right, shoes, the right pants, the right jackets, helmet. What can you do that can make your bike safer? One, and you're not stuck somewhere. Two. So we thought let's come up with a podcast and give you some of our top tips on how to get this pre-ride check easy, simple, and which should not take too much of your time. I've done it. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes. Trust me, and it works really, really well. So I know everybody out there, we keep looking at the T clocks, which is something that it's a very detailed pre-ride check that they recommend. What I do is, and I've read this from somebody. It's called the ABCDEF check. It's very simple. So A is for air, B is for bar, 3 is for control, C is for controls, D is for drive, E is for earth, and F is for fasteners. So I'm going to start with air. Air is very simple. All you do is 3 things that you need to check is one, your air pressure, the tire depth, check around the tire if there are any bulges, if there's enough tread, if there are any cracks. 3 is the third thing in air is to just take a spanner and just run it through, hitting each and every spoke and seeing if there's a sound that comes, and it has to be it's like a tight sound that is there, and you'll come to know which spoke is loose to that. So that is air. B is bar. Bar is basically your handlebar. Now it's very easy just to sit on your bike, get your hands on the bar, press your front brake, and push it down on the suspension. There are a few things that you can assess. One is the front brake is working fine, the suspensions are working good, the front axle, the front steering bearing is also in order. When you press it down and back up, you'll figure out if there's any play or not. So that's the front side. The same thing you can do for your rear. When you're sitting on the bike, just press your rear. When you move it, back and forth, press the rear brake. You'll figure that the rear brake is working now. So B takes care of that. C is your controls. One of the things that a lot of people I've seen get wrong here is they ride long distances without adjusting their clutch lever, free play, and basically they're just burning their clutch slowly and over that whole long period of riding. So in controls, simple. All you do is check all the switches are working, check your indicators, check your beams are working, check all the lights are working, all the electrics are working, check the rear brake light is working, check your front brake levers and clutch levers are adjusted properly. There's a good free play in it, that should check your control. D is drive. This is important. Now here's when you check your chain, your sprocket, the wear, you check your slack, you check things around the drivetrain that is in order, get a chain clean, chain lubed. So drive takes care of that. Okay. E is earth. Earth is very interesting because that's when you check if anything below your engine or anywhere where there's you can see it leaking, or if there's fluids coming out of your coolant, you'll see it on the ground. So that's what earth does. While you're at it, come up and check your engine oil, your fluids, your brake fluids, and that should take care of earth. F is fasteners. Fasteners is you check. I get very, very obsessed with the fact that all the torque on every bolt is in spec. They do get loose over time, especially the engine mounting bolts, your fork clamp bolts, your steering nut bolt, the top one, handlebar bolts. So these are things that you really, really have to, either you check it with your hand. One of the methods that I learned on checking fasteners is the W method, where you Start off, from the bottom of the front axle. Check those bolts, check the brake caliper poles, come up, check the steering bearing bolt, check the handlebar bolts, check your levers, those screws and nuts are actually tightened properly. And then you come down towards the engine, you check your bash plate, you check your side stand come up, see if there's anything above, where the tank is, if there's anything loose. So you can use your hand or just, you get a torque wrench and you start torquing things up. Then you come down, you check your front sprocket. I check my front sprocket quite often. Check the swing arm bolts. Those don't really get the same. Make sure that you re-torque the front axle and the rear axle properly. Check your brake calipers at the back. That gives you a W, and you should be able to figure that all your fasteners are tightened or not. One of the things that I also see on my rides is people not, especially in the drive part, not adjusting their chain slack as per the kind of weight that they are getting into. So basically they'll tighten it so much, and then once you load up the bike, all it does is tightens the chain all the more because your swing arm has started to come up, it's more than dangerous. You're just running on a chain that's so tight that's gonna start destroying the bearings in the engine. So that's just to recap. That is the A, B, C, D, E, F. A is for air, B is for bar, C is for controls, D is for drive, E is for earth, F is for fasteners. Fasteners are basically all those nuts that need, they actually use to tighten things on the bike. So hopefully this podcast helps, and it makes it very easy and simple for you to get
and make sure that your bike is safe and it's running well on the road. So have a safe ride. We at Motor Asha really wish you guys to have a safe ride. We're going to be there, so check us out. Come say hi to us. We'd be more than happy to help you out with what your rides and your stories are as well. Thanks. See you on the road.
Thanks for listening to this podcast. I want to hear your stories, your motorcycle experiences, what you've been doing, and how motorcycles have made your life better. So if you have something to say, DM us on Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to get you on this podcast.